art is not this foreign thing where you sit and from there on, because you went to varsity, you need to start painting like Van Gogh or painting like Michelangelo. No, no, no. Michelangelo existed in his time for his reasons. You were existing in your times for your reasons, and the things that you experience are very critical to your art practice. Malose Pete. Ke tswelele Polokwane. Village ke Ga-Mahoai, Ga-Mahoai. So I've been at ABSA since 2019 myself. Well, my approach is to actually take the practices that I was exercising when I was a child, when I was because we have clay, we actually pick clay from a swamp. It's a little swamp, but it has clay soil in it. Because when we were kids, like growing in the rulers, most of the time, even the culture of it, toys are not a big deal for parents to get from nature. You only ever get toys, and the toys will be like a ball that you get from your father when we come back from holiday, December or whatever. And then within a month, that ball is deflated and it doesn't even work anymore. So to get us going, yes, we would go and get clay from the swamp. Yeah, yeah, and then you take it home, and then well, we didn't actually know properly how to work with it, but it made sense for what we were doing. I learned it when I got to varsity, that it's wedging, where you actually need the clay so that it can be properly malleable. At the time when I was a kid, I didn't know what it was. I just knew that you had to like press it and compress it and make it workable. And then we would work with that and make toy cars and try to make cows and little animals and people and things like that. So pretty much I've already been an artist as a young person. I've already been an artist as a child. So now let me infuse both of those things and put them together. The things that I learned in university and the things that I learned when I was a child growing up, practicing when I was practicing. And then properly project those ideas that I wanted to project when I didn't have the skill set for. So it's like pretty much being a poet, but not being fluent in a language. So varsity helped me craft that language a little bit better. And then now that I understood the language better, then those ideas that I had and those ideas that I wanted to project, I feel like now I'm properly capable of projecting them. So that's pretty much what my art practice is about. Well, having a studio space at ArtLovers helped me understand the weight of actually being a professional practicing artist. And sometimes when you're practicing from your own little space, sometimes it like the lines get blurred between personal existence and then professional existence. So having a studio space sort of puts you in that kind of headspace where you know that okay, I'm actually at work. I pick up and I come to work. Like as much as you're an artist and you're doing passion, like you're working from passion, you actually do wake up in the morning and you come to work, and then you put in the hours, and then you are a business. Yeah. So having a studio space at ArtLovers sort of like helped me clarify that kind of line. So some of my influences are people who are living honestly and legitimately themselves. Those are my biggest inspirations. It doesn't even matter in which field they are in. Because I remember some of my first drawings when I started drawing, I would draw people like taxi marshals and like taxi drivers and walkers and people who sell fruits. Because that person, like, they are not trying to be fancy when they are doing that job. They are legitimately doing what they need to be doing to get by and to get them to the next day, and just maybe to handle bills or to handle life. Sometimes I just paint a landscape and you look at it, there's grass and then there's a little bird and there's a cow. It may look as simple as a picture of a nice little place with mountains at the back, but I observe a lot. I like to go hiking, especially when I'm back at home in the north. I like to go hiking. And then I'm watching all these animals. So this is what animals are walking around. I'm like, for this ecosystem to exist, the soil had to be right, and then the soil influenced the plantation, and then the plantation influenced the animals that graze, and then the animals that graze influenced the animals that hunt them. Those animals also influence the birds that live around that area, because now, like you see, so that kind of thinking helps me put my paintings in perspective. One of the things that I was exposed to artistically when I was a child was when my grandmother would, I don't know what they call it in English, when you use dung or hope, you use dung to polish the wall in the house and to the hot chair. Yeah. So I'll always sit there and watch how graceful she would be working on that. And I found it very fascinating. So after I got into varsity, then I started understanding the language of art. And then I figured, man, like art has been in existence in my life. I just didn't think of it like that. So one of the things that I did, I tried to take those kind of elements and include them in my artwork. But professionally, I was trained as a sculptor and then a fine painter. So I can do very strong portraiture. So I've been working on several portraits for institutions. Whenever there's a head of an institution who's retiring and things like that. Like I recently did one for the University of Pretoria, their professor. So I work on those kind of projects. But then I'm still very much linked to telling people's stories. We also have things that we have coming from where we come from. But then because we sort of feel inferior about them, we don't bring them to the fore. So my work revolves around that. I want to bring out some of the rural identities, some of the rural ideas, some of the way I do what people used to face and conquer life.